have tried multiple models to go to the market and try to get users to buy cook stoves. Till date, we have sold about 400,000 cook stoves in India, and none of them is giveaways. What we went through multiple channels of dissemination was retail, microfinance institutions, corporates, NGOs, direct village level entrepreneurs, and we still depend on these multiple channels. We are not dependent on one channel to do the distribution and dissemination. So there is a difference between solar lights and cook stoves. If you look at solar lights, even the bottom of the pyramid buys the kerosene, whereas in case of cook stoves, it's free energy. It's basically forest litter which is being used to burn cook stoves, right? So in terms of cook meals. So there is an interesting model in case of solar lights that you're trying to reduce on that expense on the kerosene, and that's why it's easier to sell. Now, what we looked at now in terms of looking at microfinance institutions, the basic challenge which Satish mentioned as well, that that's not the basic portfolio of microfinance institutions. You have maybe huge amount of money which has to be sent across and then loans to be given and collected back. So selling consumer durables in that particular challenge is a huge effort altogether. So what we said, one is selling a cook stove is a Herculean effort, and at the same time convincing these particular microfinance institutions is a huge challenge. So what Envirofit has done, I mean, till date we are working with at least 6 of the major microfinance institutions in India, and what we have found out that in an aggregated member base, it's easier to create the awareness because so coming to the key elements of marketing: awareness, affordability, availability, and accountability. If you fulfill all of these 4 challenges, you have a product which can easily go to the bottom of the pyramid or even to the masses. So we see that if you look at an aggregated member base like microfinance institutions, all these 4 points are covered because affordability can be matched with an MFI loan, or even in terms of a carbon credit, which is there in case of cook stoves. Availability, of course, there are various distribution centers of these MFIs, so stove can be made available to them, and where people can touch, feel, and see the demonstration and buy the cook stove. Accountability, definitely, because an MFI tracks the record of each and every individual, so it's easier to maintain, change the habit, give these learnings of how to use the cook stoves, and that's easier. The key element is awareness, where the MFI is a larger brand in the eyes of that particular user rather than Envirofit. So a clean cook stove is not understood by the user. A brand like Envirofit is not understood by the user, but they definitely know Grameen, or they definitely know Fullerton, and they would second that if the MFI says that buy this particular cook stove, here it, I am giving you a loan, they buy it. So what we have done is basically create an awareness along with the loan officer and create an incentive for the loan officer to promote the product and sell this cook stove. And that's doing fantastic results in case of Fullerton, Orbit, Sonata, where we are working with them. So I've seen that if you fulfill these 4 points which I said in terms of marketing, it's a clear win-win kind of a situation.